Morning all. How are yous? 'Tis Thursday. Yay. Nearly.
You'd remember. I was letting you do that one.
Why, because you couldn't remember. The light is at the end of the tunnel. As in, the auction goes live tomorrow.
I know.
And we get a bit of a respite next week. I say a bit. If only people knew the rest of the stuff that goes on.
Don't happen.
It does happen, actually. Relaxed. Yeah, tranquil. Today, Bushmills and Dunvilles. So, Norn Iron. So Bushmills has been the flag bearer for Northern Ireland for decades now. I mean, there's been nothing else, unfortunately, since a lot of the old distilleries passed on and closed away and closed off and all that various different things they had to do. Thank God that they stayed.
Oh God,
Thank God that they kept going. They weren't flourishing, I don't think would be the thing, and they've gone through a few transitions with different owners and all that sort of stuff. And when Diageo had them, there was a lot of casks sold and everything else. But only 4 Bushmills, we probably wouldn't have again. It's another coolie that we wouldn't have a lot of the age stock that allows brands to do what they've done over recent times and all that sort of stuff. So again, I love Bushmills. I love the taste of Bushmills. I love to me it's the Glenmorangie of Ireland. It's a real flowery, fruity whiskey that just lends itself well to all these other things. And then their age stuff is phenomenal.
And to bring Dunvilles into the whole thing, it's something you and Jarlath fight about a lot.
Me and Jarlath, well, let's not talk about it. I mean, he's wrong, obviously. I'm right. He says that the 16-year-old single malt is all right. He doesn't say it. He says it's all right.
But
he prefers Bushmills 21, and it's one of his favourite whiskies. And I have been present with him when he's bought them and drank them. He bought us Bushmills 21s on previous occasions and all that sort of stuff. But obviously he's wrong because Bushmills 16 is much better. What would he know about whiskey?
Yeah, I know.
He's nearly as bad as that bluffer from Cork. He who cannot be named. For legal reasons. So Bushmills, and then what they've done recently with the Causeway collection is caused a bloody hoo-ha with guys going mad trying to get collections, and is this part of the collections, is that part of the collections, and that's what I've done today. I put these, so you have a couple of the ones, you have a couple of the Causeway ones. The 30-year-old was a Dublin Airport or whiskey collection exclusive. Well, I think it was Dublin Airport only, actually.
I think it was, yeah.
What is there, 400 bottles or something like that? It's something fairly limited. Initially, after it came out during lockdown, when nobody was flying through the airport, unfortunately, there was more people, I think, getting flights that weren't going on flights. They were in our auctions, and I was going, you weren't on plane, lads, or yous? And they done well. Initially, they got a great high price. They've settled back down. I think a lot of the collectors who wanted them got them. Bushmills exists in that funny place where not loads of collectors are after them.
No.
You've got a few diehards. I mean, Roger Barrett. Everybody knows Roger and Roger B.
But they stepped up the game with changing the packaging.
They really did.
And putting the effort into it and giving it a story.
But they always, I mean, they had started that story. I mean, we'll go back to the Steamship collection. It was the sort of start of it. They've always looked pretty. I mean, even just the regular old Black Bush. So there's a Black Bush, what's called a 12 medal. So there's a 12 medal and a 9 medal.
Loads of medals.
They don't exactly correspond to a timeline.
Right.
Because there is a mix of some with 9 medals and some with 6 medals and yada. I know some of them. I don't know others. And I do have to refer to others.
Most people growing up, in their house there was a Bushmills, a Paddy, and a Parish.
Yeah.
In their house.
Yeah. So it was either Black Bush or the standard Bushmills labels. Yeah, absolutely. You've got these old aged labels, so the Bushmills 10s and stuff like that. They then jumped to the new square or tubes, so the 16. That's a 12. That's an Asia only release. As I say, the Causeway collection came out. I'm going to take that down in a second. Causeway collection came out. The Fouillet cask was done for the whiskey shop in London. People lost their proverbial over that.
They did.
The price of that went hell of a return. Absolutely astronomical. It settled back down now. It's still about €1,000 a bottle. for, I think they were originally €200, £200 maybe. Only 164, 168 bottles.
I don't know how you retain all these numbers. I just couldn't.
Because I forget to do other things.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't forget to eat. Muscatel. That's a strange one. That was €100 bottle of whiskey in Ireland when it was released. Nobody gave it the time of day. It didn't do anything. People were buying it. People were drinking it. It's a lovely drinking whiskey. Our only other experience with Muscatel would be the Chirconnell out of Cooley.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden it went bang.
Everybody wanted one.
And everybody wanted one, and it's doubled in price. And it's a strange one because I don't know where it came out of. I would have thought the European ones would have held more, but I suppose there was more of them, of the cognac cask and the German one, or that
and
was the
that's
German
your
one.
American one.
That's your American one. Do you want to take that down, the Artist Reserve?
Yes.
So these were a very limited edition release from Bushmills. I know guys have gone to huge lengths to get these. I don't think they were actually ever available in Ireland. I think they were a European release. Just swing it around. I'll hold it
I
this way.
just want to take this off.
But just to show, like, I mean, all the paperwork and everything that's with it, it is just a lovely, lovely presentation. Simple, bit of old plywood nailed together in a bit of a box that's painted. Certificate and the certificate and the artwork that's in it.
Lovely.
They're gorgeous. So there's only, that's bottle number 29 of 350.
350.
And
it's 15-year-old.
I don't think they've even begun to stretch their legs yet.
Oh God, no.
I think they're going to go a long, long way because it is just one of them rare items. And again, when when Bushmills really starts to get the kudos that it deserves for everything that they've done, that's going to be a good one. Which brings me to Dunvilles, the other Northern Ireland flag bearer at the minute. I know we've got the smaller distilleries and Hinch and Killowen and Shortcross, and they're all coming on at the minute. But Dunvilles was there at the start, or not was there at the start, but is one of the first ones in Northern Ireland, and have really come out all guns blazing. So the Echlinville Distillery...
And the juice isn't bad.
Yeah. The Echlinville Distillery hasn't officially released anything under the Echlinville brand.
No.
The theory was that the Dunvilles was going to be their sourced products, and they were going to sell that. They've done a phenomenal job of that. I mean, the 12-year-olds and the 18-year-olds have just been scrumdiddlyumptious. I am a full card-carrying member of the Dunvilles fan club because I have everything belonging to them. And not only do I have everything belonging to them, I have everything open belonging to them as well.
That is true.
I have one of everything open. I do love it. It is really, really tasty. It just goes to show good cask management, what they can do with good whiskey at the start. I mean, it wasn't...
No,
it was good whiskey out of Cooley and Bushmills and that, but they've really, really shown on. The new stuff that's coming along is things like Three Crowns. Peated whiskey again is...
Yeah, but it's not ugly peated.
No,
yeah,
it's not a mad peated one. And the Old Comer port cask is phenomenal. I have to say, for such a young whiskey, it really, really is good. And I think it's only going to get better as the later releases come out.
Definitely.
The first release was very short supply. It was brought out to just get the brand back on the market, get the name back out there. They're going to do great things with that. That is going to be a phenomenal one. They've now branched into these green labels, trying to bankrupt me, I think. Because, well, they're heavy enough on price, actually. Well, not heavy, but it's a fairly substantial price. So they've started doing these releases for partners, for individual partners.
They're single casks.
So they're single casks. So the Palace was the first one. Of course, we had to buy that. Willie O'Pal above in the Palace. Bought that, drank that, lovely.
Yeah.
Then they had His Royal Highness, the Lord Mayor of Killarney. He brought out one. He's officially the Lord? Is he Royal Highness?
No.
Do we genuflect and bow when we see him?
No.
The dude down in Kerry, I'm not joking you, driving around with him, I mean, everybody's all right.
Yeah, but everybody's like that over there.
I know, but he's bloody blowing down there as well.
It doesn't matter, he supplies them alcohol.
I suppose, yeah. So the carry-out's done one. There was one brought out for high spirits who are the Echlinville Dunville's distribution partner
Yes.
in the Republic of Ireland and now the UK as well. And Celtic just brought out one there 2-3 weeks ago, and it's out as well. There's 2 more to come that we know of for this year alone.
Yes.
So there's one for James Fox's and there's one for the Duke of York in Belfast. I'm running out of space and probably money.
Yes, you are.
Yeah. The other good one is this 1808. They were a first release with these grey caps. I know that collectors will hang on to jump onto anything. So apparently the subsequent releases are going to be a slightly different blend and the cap's going to be different.
There you go.
And so we call them batch 1 and sell them for 5 times the price. Yay!
No, but you drink yours.
I do drink mine. That is lovely as well, actually. So that's it. You get a free glass with the Lord Mayor's bottling.
Yes.
Dingle, the Lord Mayor of Killarney. So that's it. Have I waffled enough?
We have, yes, I think
Yeah,
we've
okay.
bored people
I'm
enough.
tired today, actually. I'm sweating. It's warm.
That's because
It's
it's very
sticky.
humid.
Yeah.
It's very
And the
humid.
dehumidifier's
And that was
flat-headed.
only emptied yesterday.
It was, yeah. Half a bottle. Anyhow.
Anyhow.
So, that's it. Tomorrow is Go Live Day.
Yes.
Go Live Day. Do I get the drink tomorrow?
Of course you do.
Excellent. And we shall talk about... We'll talk about
Bits and bobs.
bits and bobs and our charity. Hopefully, we were having awful struggles at the minute with the charities. We've charities supposed to be here. The bottles were supposed to be here yesterday. Right. We have one half of it. We don't have the other half of it. Yada yada yada.
We'll figure it out. We always do. We'll see you tomorrow.